Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to do an overview and tutorial for ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is an amazing website and tool, and it's a chatbot, and there's many different things you can do with it with AI models. You can generate text with text, you can generate images with text, generate videos, and more. And you can use, so it's at chatgpt.com. And in this video, I'll be going over showing a bit of the free and paid versions of ChatGPT, and I'm going to focus on the paid version. I'll show you at least 2 text prompts and getting text output, at least 2 image generations with prompts. I'll show you a bit of Sora, which is a text to video generator, and go over a little bit of the Explore GPTs. And if we're talking about free versus paid, I highly recommend using the paid version, but if you just want to get started, you can use the free version. So I asked the question, discuss the ethical implications of genetic engineering in humans, and this is using the paid version. And for the free version, you can see here we basically just have one model to choose from, but it gives it's a good output. I believe right now it uses GPT 4.0 mini. That's basically the one model the free version has access to. And if you want to learn more about the free versus paid, you can search on OpenAI, and you can search about the difference between free and paid, and they give information about the free tier. There's still a lot you can do with the free tier, but I do recommend using the paid version if you can. And the paid is just currently, I believe it's about 20 USD a month. And I think it's definitely worth the money. With the paid version, you have a choice of many different models. You can see here this is GPT-4.0. That's their default model right now. And you also have different choices. GPT-4.5, this is one that came out recently. O1, this is for advanced reasoning. O3 mini, O3 mini high, and GPT-4.0 mini. This is the free. This is what used in the free version. And then we also have Sora, which I'll discuss later, and we can generate images and more. And let's briefly go over the article on Wikipedia. It says ChatGPT is a generative artificial intelligence chatbot developed by OpenAI and launched in 2022. And it is currently based on the GPT-4o large language model. Okay, that's one of the AI models. It can generate human-like conversational responses and enables users to refine, steer a conversation towards the desired length, format, style. Okay, so you can read a bit of that. And anyway, ChatGPT is really incredible, and it can revolutionize your life if you know how to use it. And some things you can do with ChatGPT is you can, for example, even write an entire blog post. You can have it write computer code. You can have it edit computer code, and so much more. Okay, so let's go over this here. Okay, so I asked it a difficult question, which is discuss the ethical implications of genetic engineering in humans, and it gave a very good answer in my opinion. For example, let's just read the first one. First part, it says, genetic engineering in humans presents profound ethical implications that touch on morality, safety, societal impact, and long-term consequences. Below are some key ethical considerations: medical benefits versus ethical dilemmas. And it gives a very great answer, in my opinion. And if you want to, let's see here. Okay, so for some reason I can't copy this output. I don't know why. But I also asked it a question about dog training. I own a dog products business, and it gave a very great answer in my opinion. And if you want to copy the output, for example here, what you would do is click on copy, this button, and then you can put it, for example, in Google Docs or copy to it a text file. Okay, so I copied it here. I don't know This might have been a bug. Usually it would, this has literally never happened to me before, but it copied both the question I had, the answer about genetic engineering, which is here, but it also, for the same click, it also copied the output for dog training, but normally this won't happen. So anyway, what this code is, this is called Markdown code, and you can, for example, copy this into a Google Doc, or you can save it as Markdown code, or there's a website you can convert Markdown to HTML. First, let's just copy this code to Google Docs. Okay, here I just pasted it in, and you can paste, sometimes Google Docs will actually just automatically convert it to HTML. Let's go back here. Copy this here. Yeah, so it properly formatted it better. But if you want to just take the Markdown code, for example here, you can use a website. For example, you can use this website, markdown to html.com. You can paste in your text. You can see here, this is the Markdown code. And then you can copy the output there. And then we'll just delete this here. And it gives the same output. So this is the formatted. So basically this is Markdown converted to HTML text, and you can paste this into Google Docs. And for example, I asked it a question, give me ideas for getting a job within 2 to 3 months. And I think it gave a really great answer. I already have a well-written resume. So strategic applications, networking, and skills showcasing. And it gives a targeted plan, and I think the targeted plan is very good. Okay, now let's go into image generation. Okay, for example here, I told it generate an image of a dog playing with a cat. And I think this is really a wonderful image. And you can also download this image to your computer. And this is using it's called DALLE, D-A-L-L-E. I think this is DALLE 3. And it gives, you can generate images from text, which I think is wonderful. And you can also generate images of things that would never happen in real life. For example, here I said generate an image of 2 polar bears playing ice hockey with 2 Arctic wolves at the North Pole. I think this is so cute and so wonderful. And basically I think it's a super realistic looking image. I mean, this would never happen in real life, but in terms of the quality, I think this is incredible. And look, it's got the northern lights. It's one of the polar bears is the goalie. This looks like it's wearing a maple leaf, like a Canadian hockey player. And so that requires background knowledge. And look, it's got mountains and they're on ice. So I think that's pretty wonderful. I don't think there's going to be mountains at the North Pole because it's all ice and the Arctic Ocean. But I do think this looks like a very wonderful and interesting looking picture. It only shows 1 Arctic wolf, not 2, but I still think it looks wonderful. Okay, next I want to explore Sora. So up here is Sora. You can open Sora. It'll go to Sora.com. So I believe these are videos that other people have generated. We can just check out one, for example. I think this one looks really interesting. It looks like rats are making clothing. So it's a group of rats constructing a t-shirt from scratch in a basement, sewing it. So I think that's really wonderful. That's a wonderful image. And this is a video I generated. I said make a video of a Japanese samurai fighting a Roman soldier. And I think that looks really cool. And I'll generate another one. Let's say generate a video of a whale of an orca whale playing with a tiger shark. I don't know. An orca would more likely kill the tiger shark, but I want to see an image. I want to see a video of an orca playing with one. So it says it's generating. So after a few moments, it hopefully will finish. Okay, so back at the this is the feature. So these are videos from other people. If you go to the library, here, all videos. So look here, these are, okay, so there's more than one tiger shark, but this could make sense because often tiger sharks live together. But look here, an orca is swimming with tiger sharks. I think that's so wonderful. To me, that's so impressive. Now, this might be a little bit too shallow. That water does seem pretty shallow for an orca to want to be around in. But I think this is hyper realistic in terms of the quality. So yeah, and I think Sora is really amazing. Unfortunately, yeah, it seems to be limited to 5 seconds. And I don't think there's any audio. I think it's just video. But this is probably several hundred or maybe even several thousand images. If it's 30 frames per second, yeah, that would be 150 images. But depends on how many frames per second. But I do think that's very realistic. Okay, so that was Sora. And let's go back to the main page again. So if you click on this will open up a new chat. And on the left, you can see you can click on previous interactions you've had. For example, this one here. If you have the image, okay, so if you have the URL, you can copy the URL and come back to it. And you also have the option, I believe you might be able to share it with other people. I don't remember where that is, but you might be able to share these links with other people. Don't have much time left for this video. Let's go to the Explore GPTs. So this is something I very rarely use. I don't think it's something you necessarily need to use, but they're basically specialized versions of models, which means, yeah, they're a lot of these, the large language models, these are the different models, GPT 4.0 and so on. They can do so many things, but people have trained them to do very specific things. For example, here we got DALLE, a data analyst. So where is this? Data analyst. So with data analyst, if you have a CSV file, for example, you can have it do stuff with that. Or we've got Expedia, which is related to travel, stuff like that. Generate a website. Okay, you can generate code with all the other models, but this seems to be more specialized. Okay, image generator. I've already shown you some image generations. DALLE, this is probably something very useful. It probably would already know you want to use DALLE, like I showed you with cat and dog. Okay, this is using DALLE, but this is specifically, this gives you more choices you can do. For example, cartoon, anime, crayon, and so on. So that's kind of interesting. And yeah, there's so much you can do with ChatGPT, the website. And again, I highly recommend getting the paid version. But if you prefer to just use the free one, you can just use that one model. But it is still very useful. And it's constantly getting better. So, yeah, and then again, going back to here, I asked it some complicated questions, and it gave some very great answers within just a few seconds. I asked it an ethical question, a question about dog training, a question about getting a job, and I use ChatGPT almost every day. It's incredibly useful, and it may revolutionize your life if you learn to get really good using it. I don't only use ChatGPT, I use many other services like Google Gemini, I use DeepSeek, Grok, and others, but I hope you may enjoy using ChatGPT. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this, please like this video. See you in the next one.